of the world, 'cause the water belongs to we. Let's of the air, it belongs to you and me. Let's go green, green. I need my water to be green. Let's go green, green. Oh, I need my water to be green.
Prompted by the grave effects of climate change and UNICEF's unrelenting approach towards the battle against this challenge, UNICEF Zambia organized the 7th edition of the Zambian Children Climate Conference, Z4C 7, from September 1st to September 5th, 2014. 125 children drawn from southern, northern, Muchinga, and eastern provinces were trained on climate change mitigation and adaptation, as well as basic media skills aimed at enabling them to effectively share the knowledge gained from the 5-day trainings. An illustration of the decentralized trainings was shot in Kasama, Northern Province, one of the 4 training bases of the Z4C 7. During the infancy of the trainings, fruits were already visible. The need to acquire sufficient knowledge on climate change was already being engraved in Joseph Kashiba, a 14-year-old climate ambassador.
With this information, I shall sensitize or let others know, the younger generations that are coming, will let them know. And when I am aware of this, I will be able to make sure that I do not repeat the same mistakes that the people made that have led to climate change.
Another child, 11-year-old Tandiwe Shakele, added her voice to the global echo on the effects of climate change in Zambia.
In villages, women and children suffer the worst consequences of climate change, but they contribute less to the causes of climate change. Let's give an example of developing countries. They produce lots of smoke, lots of gases, but they get to suffer low consequences, while developing countries get to suffer more consequences, but they do not produce so much industrial smoke.
Realizing that humanity is still far from winning the fight against climate change, Joseph says victory can partially be felt if people adapt to the effects of climate change.
We can simply adapt by, for example, letting them get used to growing crops which are drought resistant. For example, the meteorological department should also warn people, for example, if there is any change in weather, the people should be alerted that the weather is going to be like that and there will be or won't be a drought. We should also encourage the use of much more cleaner energies like solar panels.
Capitalizing on their positive energies, Zambian children are set to engage in ways that will cushion changes in climate.
A group of friends and I came up with an idea of tree planting, whereby we grow trees and later sell them. What we do is we do not actually buy any trees, but we grow our own trees. Then after this, we nurture them for about, when they're like 6 months, they're a few centimeters old, and then we sell them. The money that we get from selling these trees, we actually pump it or plow it back in the project.
My project would be based on sensitization because I want people to know about the causes, the effects, and also the dangers of climate change.
Thriving on their passion, these children are optimistic of a better and greener future.
As a young person, I would like to see a much more greener future. I would like to see a sensitized future and a much more aware future of the wrongs of climate change. I want to see a future that is stopping at nothing to make sure that they fight climate change.
Because I want everyone to know a lot of things. Like I said earlier, I gave an example of floods and droughts. I want people to know about the consequences that floods and droughts bring. Coming to a local level, I would like to see more ambassadors. I would like to see people carrying out such work, spreading the good news, information going from one person to another. That's the future I'd like to see.
Therefore, it is incumbent upon everyone to unite for climate and help children secure a much greener and healthier future.
Cause the water belongs to we. Let's of the air, it belongs to you and me.